Hello, welcome back to Photography with Charlie. Today we're going to be doing landscape photos or nature photos in one video, and tips and tricks how to do them and when to use them. Hope you enjoy this video and learn something. The first tip for taking landscape or nature photos would be to use a tripod in these images. It keeps your image and camera stable, clear, and not shaky. The second benefit of using a tripod in these types of images would be that you can use long exposure to take photos. Having this has a really cool effect on your image and just displays all the movement that there is in nature, which is a really important view and thing to show. The third benefit of using a tripod is it's easier to adjust your shots and frame your shots, meaning you can get your camera in the perfect position for the photo you'd like. As with your hands, you can take an image, look at it, and try and change it again, but that takes a lot longer than if you use a tripod. This is due to limiting movement and keeping your camera in the same place, so you can make the minor adjustments by yourself, which makes it a lot easier to frame images and set them up. In the next few seconds, I will be displaying an image on how this tip can be used. The second tip of the video would be to make sure you're not too zoomed in to the subject. This would be to minimize grain and distortion of the image. Two ways to zoom in or get closer to the subject would be, as said, get closer to the subject and take the image if possible, or get a different lens that would be better for zooming in and minimize the grain and distortion you'd have in the image. In the next few seconds, I will be displaying an image on how this tip can be used. The third tip would be to find a clear focal point to the image, as then your viewer knows what to look at and knows what the focus of the image is, which gives the image a lot of direction and use, which is crucial to photography, as there's a lot of useless photos being taken without a focal point, and having a good focal point makes your image 10,000 times better, as it's a lot clearer what you're looking at, and it makes the focal point look better with a good background. Whether this focal point is a person, tree, anything, as long as it is something to be focused on. In the next few seconds, I will be displaying an image on how this tip can be used. The fourth tip for this video would be to try and use the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is where you align your focal point within the grids of the camera. This is a very basic photography term and is very crucial, as it makes your image look more natural and more in place, making your image a lot better, and most photographers try to utilize this if possible. In the next few seconds, I will be displaying an image on how this tip can be used. The fifth tip of this video would be try to be prepared to take photos at any time. Whether it's a specific scene or a forest while you're walking, you can always take a photo with your phone or your camera if you have it on you, and if you're not happy with it, revisit the position or area that you took the photo in with all your equipment such as tripods, specific lenses, and retake the image, whether it's in a different time of day or different weather. It's all up to the photographer, but always be prepared to take photos, as nature is always moving, and always be ready to just take a picture. It doesn't have to be good, it's just for yourself, and try to utilize all the tips said prior to this and after. In the next few seconds, I will be displaying an image on how this tip can be used. The last tip of this video would be a tip I like to use, and this would be to make the focal point in your landscape or nature photo look larger. This could be done with animals or mountains or anything you'd like. This would be done by bending down and trying to make the subject look larger in any way possible. Making it look bigger can really show a lot about the nature, and it can show how magnificent nature can really be. In the next few seconds, I will be displaying an image on how this tip can be used. In the next few seconds, I will be adding images that use all of these tips or most of these tips. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you can continue to support me, and I really hope you learned from this video. If there's any feedback on my videos, any way to make them better, or any suggestions on what to make next, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely try to improve it or do what you ask.